Talk Nation, Talk Nation. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. Now, people will look at the title and say, you know what? Bud ain't afraid to fight nobody. Spence ain't afraid to fight nobody. Never said they did. Never said they was. But I did say both of these guys are afraid to lose. Now, let's get into why. If you got an O on your record, guys are trying to hold on to it because an undefeated fighter is a more marketable fighter. Is a fighter that people want to see. That's a fighter that seems like he does everything right in the ring. No, but as I said, financially, that's just the way the game is nowadays. People try to pad their record because they're afraid to lose. Now, if you're a great fighter, just say like Canelo, now depending upon who you lose to, that's not going to hurt your career. That's fact number one. Fact number two, if you did take a loss on your record and after that loss you came back, I'm talking about then you never lost again. Or if you did lose again, you about 15, 20 fights, something like that down the road. That's kind of how Canelo is. But you look at the losses on Canelo record, he lost to Floyd, now he lost to Bivol. Two great fighters. Some may say Mayweather is a greater fighter than Bivol. Okay, different weight classes, different body of work. Okay, doesn't matter. Bivol is still a champion. Bivol is still a great fighter. Bivol is still boxing, and he still is going to put in work. Possibly, who knows, he can fight better BF, become undisputed. We shall see. Now, back to Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Both of these guys are undefeated. Now, if Spence defeats Crawford, that's bragging rights. If Crawford defeats Spence, that's bragging rights. Right now, pound for pound, these guys are, as they say, 1A, 1B, whatever. But they're at the top of the division at 147. Jerron Buchanan and others are on their heels, but they have not gained on them yet. Right now, Spence and Bud, they're the best. Top of the food chain. Now, if one of these guys beat the other, that's bragging rights. Now, that guy says, I beat you. And you're not hearing anybody talk about rematches. As this fight progresses, as this fight's build up, that's one narrative that I haven't heard too much. If you beat Spence or Spence and Crawford beats you, will you have a rematch? You don't hear about that too much. I guarantee you, behind closed doors, as they talk about this fight, that's going to be in the contract. Whoever wins this fight, a rematch clause is going to be sold into that contract. I ain't gonna say it's going to be like a Haney-Cambosa situation, but I guarantee you, a rematch clause is going to be in the contract because it's a lot on the line. Spence versus Crawford could possibly become a trilogy, depending upon how the first fight plays out, and if it is a rematch clause, how the second fight plays out. Financially, I said it before, everybody probably knows it, but Bud ain't going to get peanuts. Bud is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. It's probably going to be, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say even like a 60-40, but I mean, marginally, Spence is probably going to get more money, but like I said, with endorsements, possible money on the back end, Bud is still going to eat lovely. And I said this also, both guys are going to, and I believe their team is going to make it so that even after the fight, these guys are still going to get paid. That's what Floyd does. And as I said, a lot of guys in this era are students of what Floyd has done and is doing financially, looking at the game financially, how they can profit off of it, how can they continue to profit off of it. Excuse me, you dig what I'm saying? So, coming into this fight, Spence, Crawford, they do have a lot to lose, but they will not lose everything if they lose to one another. Bragging rights, it is big, but at the same time, it'll only be talked about for a short duration of time. because you losing to the best guy in the division, so to speak. Bud has done some talking. Spence has done some talking. So both guys have taken shots at each other. Both guys has talked a little bit of crap. Both guys, in their own opinion, they believe they're better than one another. Their fans believe they're better than one another. But a lot of the quote-unquote boxing world just got finished hearing Canelo saying that he picks Crawford to beat Spence. Even trainers for that matter. A lot of people pick Crawford to beat Spence. But Spence, I'm really not going to say that will affect him as far as his performance. Errol is a pretty, solid dude as far as mentally. Look what he has overcome. The car crash that almost ended his life. Coming back from eye surgery, the reason why he couldn't fight Manny Pacquiao. He bounced back from that, and he's been on the tear, man, ever since the accident and ever since the eye situation. So Errol Spence, mentally, I will not say that he is deficient. He's weak. He's unstable. Now, physically, who knows, man? Just like if a car gets in an accident, it will never be the same. Now, that could possibly be true. Even though Errol has looked in great shape, he's performed very well. Who knows? The injuries that he sustained from that accident, it may show, who knows, man, in the latter part of his career, in the later stages of his life. But right now, as he's performing, I haven't seen really anything physically that makes Errol Spence look like he won't be able to hold up in a championship fight against Bud Crawford. But Bud is a different animal, man. You know what I mean? Bud is strong. Bud is fast. Bud can switch. Bud has a nice IQ. He's an excellent finisher. When he smells blood, Terence Bud Crawford will be on the attack. He's not going to be like, ooh, guys, if he gets you hurt, if he gets you to stumble into the ropes, Bud is going to be on you like a fly on. You dig what I'm saying? So Errol is a different animal compared to Bud. Bud is a different animal compared to Spence. That's what makes this fight super explosive. That's what makes this fight. It has the makings, the intangibles, the ingredients, the fabric to be made and to become a legacy building and history making fight. This fight is going to be awesome, man. That's why I can't wait to see it. And if these fighters are truthfully willing to get in there and put everything out on the ring, they should be looking forward to this fight too, because this is the kind of fight that will cement your legacy. 12 rounds is going down with our body boss. Weak channel, stay with a bodyguard.